Alright, what's going on, guys? So this is the Q&A video. Yesterday's video we asked y'all to ask us whatever, so in this video we're gonna answer what y'all asked us to. Yeah, so
we're gonna answer some questions today.
Yep, it's been at least a year since we've done a Q&A, so yeah, this is way overdue. Alright, so we'll start out with the most liked comment on the video. Would you consider buying another Saab? Thanks for the kind words, by the way. This is from Auto Autopsy. Alright, so I'll go ahead and start this one off. Yes, but I have some family members that have a Saab or two, and they're stick shift, and when I first got my license, they let me drive it, and I kind of fell in love with the car. So I've always wanted one in the back of my head, so whenever the Saab that we had came along, I was like, Zach, we gotta go look at this thing. So yes, I do want to get another one. I don't know how soon we'll get one, but I know a lot of y'all saw, like, a lot of y'all new subscribers subscribe because of the Saab, and I definitely think we should get another one on the channel.
I'm down for another Saab, because that Saab was pretty fun. I mean,
it was. Fun. It was a good deal. Okay, why don't you buy off Copart.com a project car? From this is from Brains Yard. So the reason why we haven't gotten a Copart yet, a Copart project yet, is just because of the fees. There's so many fees. Like I could break this down, but like I don't know exactly on the top of my head what the fees are, but let's just say, for example, you're buying a $2,000 car, so you win this particular car, you're gonna end up paying at least $500 to $600 in fees. They're right off the bat, there's like an auction fee, and then there's like an internet bid fee.
Basically, there's just fees after fees after fees after fees.
Yes.
Going through them. I mean, they're not a bad company to go through. They're really not, and because they have a wide variety of cars and trucks to pick from, even motorcycles. Like I personally want to go over there and find a couple sports bikes, probably pick up another Gixxer, or pick up another motorcycle from Copart, because they got a lot of cars out there. They have a lot.
So to answer your question, yes, in the future. Just right now, no, because like I said, if you're paying $2,000 for a car from Copart, you're gonna end up paying another 25% of that in fees. So, you know, and it might even go up to $3 grand out the door. So it's just kind of expensive. But what's a good first car for a new driver? I mean, there's so many different things. My first car was a Miata. The main reason I got a Miata is I googled cheap rear-wheel drive first car, and that came up, so I got a Miata.
Mine was the first car?
Well, what do you think is the first car for a new driver?
Let's say get a Civic.
That's get a Civic. Answer.
Yeah, the Civics, they're really like, I beat the crap out of that Civic, and
$275 Civic.
Yeah, that Civic was fun. It had no AC and all that, but it was a blast. And two, Civics are really good on gas. I barely had to fill up on that thing. It was really good.
Yep.
I like that car.
So Miata, Civic, depends what you're trying to get. If you're just trying to get basic transportation, anything front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, just keep it basic. Your first car is your first car. It does not need to be fancy.
Get cheap, just a cheap car, man. You don't have to get old fancy nice car. As long as it gets you to point A to point B, that's all that really matters. If
you're the one paying for it, I suggest don't finance anything. Just save up whatever you can and get something that's cheap, because you don't want to finance your first car. Or at least, I mean, I don't know your particular financial situation, but if you're like us and most people, you're not rich, try to save up, don't finance.
Yeah. We
got a lot of questions about what happened to Enter Car here. Alright, so the next question was from John, but he asked what happened to the 4Runner. So we got the 4Runner, we had it for about 6 months or so, but that truck saw a lot of abuse, and as most of y'all know, we actually ended up flooding it. We fixed it up, and I was daily driving that thing for a while. The last month I owned it, out of like repairs and stuff, I ended up having to pay like $500 just to keep it like up to like just running for 1 month. That's including gas and insurance. So I was like, I need to sell it. So I put it on Craigslist, put it as a project, and sold that. So yeah, I sold the 4Runner. It was just too expensive to own, to be honest, especially as my only vehicle at the time.
Okay, so this question, it's from Car King. He was asking, where's the $1,000 Subaru? I ended up selling the $1,000 Subaru for $1,000 actually. So I got my money back from the Subaru, and the next day, actually the next morning, I went to go buy the Honda Nighthawk, the red motorcycle that you guys saw on the channel.
What happened, this is a good question, what happened to the El Camino build and also that old Chevy pickup you were going to work on? Well, okay, first off, the old Chevy pickup, that was like some truck that barely ever ran, and I think eventually got scrapped, right, Zach?
Yeah, the white one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the El Camino was right around the same time that Zach got the Del Sol with Zach's car. We kind of just fell off the face of the earth with the series. So
yeah, pretty much what happened was with the whole El Camino build, we're about halfway through it. El Camino build, we finally realized it's going to take a lot more funds to finish the build. And so that's why we kind of just put it on pause for right now. That's why we stopped working on it, because it's going to take a decent amount of money to get it going. And because I really want to drift that El Camino, because I think it'll be pretty cool, and I think it'll be pretty cool seeing an El Camino drift like that.
Novice Garage was funding it. There was not enough funding, and you know, that's how life goes. So a lot of times things don't work out as planned. But hopefully in the future we can finish it. Just right now we have no expected ETA on that. And I apologize for any of y'all that subscribed just because the El Camino build. I'm sorry.
Really sorry.
If you want to leave, I completely understand it. And the car just needs a lot of work. Let's be honest.
It needs a lot of work. That El Camino
like
needs a lot.
Like we were in the process of welding in new floors, really shittily.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, eventually, I really do want to finish the car. I really do, because I really want to drift it. But the car is going to take a lot of work. Car. It's just going to be like an eye catcher, really. That's all it's really going to be.
Would you ever consider getting into dirt bikes or four-wheelers? Yes. This one's from Louis Chappelle. Would you do another road trip? No, we did a little bit of travel vlogging on the channel. I think the biggest one we did was like going to California, and we absolutely loved that. Like if we could financially sustain that, yes. We love going on trips and seeing new things, and definitely expect that in the future. I think down the road it's gonna be hard because we're gonna have like so much content, and a lot of it's not gonna be car related, so we might have to branch off to another channel. But anyways, what were you gonna say?
I was saying, we're planning on a trip anyways right now. To South Project.
Yeah. So like, as an example, next March, for anybody that knows Texas, South Padre. I actually got the hat on right now. We love it. But yeah, we're thinking about vlogging that and like renting out a Jeep or something and just going down the beach and just having fun, because we both agreed that having variety on the channel is what we need.
Instead of just doing one thing the whole entire time, we're doing multiple different things and enjoying those multiple different things.
For example, we branched off into motorcycles. Like that's kind of why I got the R3, was for the channel. Like I don't daily it or anything, it just sits in a storage unit whenever I want. It's just like a weekend toy basically. We thought it was gonna get a lot more views than it did, which is okay. Like they don't get that. Like the videos, the mo vlogs, we both feel like they're funny as hell and we really like them. It's just the audience isn't there yet, and that's totally fine. But the good thing is it's variety. You know, any channels I'm subscribed to, I don't want to watch every single video they put out. You know, that's why I think variety is important.
I just scroll through them until I find one that looks interesting.
Will you consider getting a Subaru, maybe WRX? I'll let Zach answer this one.
I want an 04 WRX. I want one so bad. I want a bug eye. Okay, I don't know what it is or why, but I really love how all the Subarus look with the bug eyes, the bug eye headlights. I love it. Actually, I was telling Gabe this morning, I was actually looking at an 02 WRX for $5,000. Looked pretty nice, but said it needs a tune-up bad. I was like, nope.
This one's from Noobishsquirtle. Would y'all ever go to San Antonio meets? Maybe the race wars would be dope to meet y'all. Yeah, like if the opportunity presented itself, we would. So
that would be. I never heard of race wars before.
Next question, Ryan. This is from Ryan Nico. What happened with your yellow Miata? All right, so just kind of the yellow Miata. I just kind of wanted a Miata, so I got it. And it had a lot of miles on it. It didn't have a soft top or a hard top. The hard top I had on it, I borrowed from my buddy Richard. So it was supposed to be a daily, but it didn't have a top on it. And I ultimately decided to sell it. So I think I sold it for like $1,700. Everything was, it was a 1.6, so didn't have an LSD in it. Like it did not drift worth shit. Like it didn't drift at all. I believe it was a 91. I don't know. It was a 1.6. But the way the gearing was is they maxed out like 105 miles an hour, which I didn't really like that. So. How are you, this one's from Daniel Frye, how are you going to get a new car? I live in Australia, and depending on how old the car is, they won't they just pay you out for an agreed value? We didn't mean literally a new car, we meant like a new to us car. Yeah,
new to us is like, is used.
Yes.
That's what new is to us.
Yes. We like, even if we had the money to go out and buy a new car, we probably wouldn't, just because of the depreciation of new cars.
Yeah.
So we're all about that used car life.
To answer your question, guys, you asked, do you guys have any background of fixing cars before we started the channel? To answer that, not professionally wise, not really. We just learned on our own. We pretty much taught ourselves and working together, and we learned from trial and error. That's pretty much what we did. And if we didn't know what we were doing, we looked it up and we gave it a shot, and if it still didn't work, we kept on trying it, and we just learned from there. We just we just taught ourselves pretty much how to do everything on the car, breaking things.
Some of these damn planes.
I don't know.
It's gonna get fucked up. Just wait. Yeah, the other thing to say, like we've been doing this channel for 2 years now. So whenever we started it, I believe we were 16. We're both 19 now. He's a little bit older than I am. Like I just turned 19. So yeah, when we started the channel, we're still young, but we were like kids whenever we started the channel. So
we're like sophomores.
Yeah, we didn't have much experience at all. Like that's why we named the channel Novice Garage, because we're learning. I think in the future when we actually get good and we develop more skills, I think it'll become kind of ironic because we'll be doing more real ass builds, but our name is Novice Garage. I just think I just think it's a good overall name.
It'd be funny.
So yeah,
have those nice expensive drift builds and
yeah,
off-roading builds, rigs, and then you just see our name, Novice Garage.
Yep.
Novice AF.
Okay, this one is from Ohio Stunts. Where do you guys hope to see the channel in like 5 years from now?
California, baby.
I think we both have similar answers for this, and I think we should both answer this.
Person-wise, I see this in California. I really do. That's where I want to be, and I personally love California. And 2, it's a great place. And 3, I can't really think of a third generation.
But basically, so we started the channel out, I'll try to make this quick. We started the channel out just doing it for fun. Just doing it straight for fun. And then once we started getting views and subscribers and we realized people actually wanted to see what the stupid stuff we're doing, I started thinking more business minded. We finally decided to go ahead and turn it into a business. So like, you know, merchandise, all that good stuff. And I think we definitely want to expand past just YouTube. Yeah. So the goal is in 5 years, be able to do it full time. I mean, that's the YouTube dream, right? So it's one of those things that takes a lot of time and a lot of work and
patience. We're
nowhere near the threshold we need to be at to do this like full time, just this, because Zach and I both have actual jobs right now. Yeah, in 5 years from now, I see us at least over 100,000 subscribers. Zach and I we really do plan on doing this for the rest of our lives.
What do you guys do other than YouTube? YouTube is our side job. YouTube is our side job. So technically, yes, Gabe and I, we both work 2 jobs. We're both working at Amazon.
Yeah, I'm working at Amazon right now, and I've worked there for like half a year, almost half a year now. And before that, I did some freelance drone photography. And like I said, guys, I'm really young. Like I don't have that much work history, and neither, well, Zach's been through so many damn jobs. But would you ever buy a truck? Yes, we are going to. This one's from Mitchell Landon. Would you get a cheap Infiniti or Lexus or something nice to daily to replace the Saab? As long as it's rear-wheel drive, yes. Yep. I definitely would. I think Zach feels the same way.
Yes.
This one's from Bill Slouch. What would you suggest for someone interested in learning how to work on a car, but that does not have the space or tools to work on a car? That perfectly describes us, well now, but more so 2 years ago when we first started the channel.
I would say this. If you're just learning how to work on a car,
we live in an age where like we have any information we need at our fingertips. It is great. I have to put a little dolphin noise in there. I mean, you know, we were both born in the late 90s, so we really never grew up without internet. So like any question we have, we just Google it. So as far as like advice on learning and stuff like that, just ask questions on the internet, talk to people, not just the internet, like go to car meets, make friends. Like I've learned so much from just other car enthusiasts. Like honestly, out of all my friends in high school, the main thing that brought us together to actually meet was a common interest in cars. As far as space, whenever I got my first car, I didn't have any tools. Luckily my dad had some, so I just borrowed his tools. And he got pissed a lot because 16-year-old me always lost his tools. I know Zach did too. Yep. So I'm sorry, Dad. But the first ever video we posted was doing maintenance on a Miata. I believe it was like a differential oil change, or differential gear change, differential fluid change at our high school parking lot. That was the first video. That's a good question. I like that one.
Oh yeah, I would say go to like AutoZone or go to any parking lot and work on it there. But then just save up money. That's all I guess. That's the main thing. Just save up your money and buy the tools. The tools are the really expensive part, and I would say definitely save your money and go to like a pawn shop and buy them.
You can also rent them. Don't forget that you can, like we've rented so many damn tools from AutoZone and it's completely free of charge. Like you have to put down like a credit card at first, but as long as you return the tools and they're okay, you get the money back.
How much money did you spend on the Saab, including like upgrades and stuff like that?
All right, so basically nothing. The most expensive part of it was making it legal, and honestly I think we may have bought a jug of oil. Besides that, we really haven't spent any money on it. Everything we fixed was for free.
The car literally fixed itself.
Yes.
It was funny.
Yes.
We were driving it home the first night. It was, the more we drove it, it was getting better and better and better, and it literally fixed itself. And I was very surprised, and Gabe called me one night. I was like, hey bro, the car is literally fixing itself. I've just been driving it, and it's been driving really good. I'm like, what the hell?
If you guys, so this one's from Justin Gove, I believe. If you guys had infinite funds, what kinds of cars would you drive? Oh, Zach's turn.
If I had infinite funds, I would buy a 1969 El Camino. I would drive the crap out of that.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yep.
Sounds like Zach.
And then I'll probably get a Fox body Mustang. And then, okay, I'm sorry, I would get a Lambo. I would. It's just kind of typical,
yeah.
But Lambos are really freaking cool, man. And honestly, if I had a lot of money, I'd probably be buying a lot of motorcycles, a lot of Gixxers, Busas, Ducatis, probably all just bikes, and then old cars, and then a few nice cars like the Stingray, like Gabe wants. Those things are really
that's my
freaking
answer.
Nice. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would get.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more conservative. Like, if I were to have infinite funds, I would just get a brand new Stingray, Corvette Stingray. Never been in one, never driven one, but just by looking at it, I know I want one. That's like less than 100 grand too.
Yeah.
This one's from Jack Bing. Any flood cars and future plans? I'm not gonna say no, but it's not a yes. Hopefully this wind noise isn't getting annoying. Yeah, like the thing with flood cars is, especially with newer cars, any car that has any electrical circuitry, ECU, computer, whatever, once you get flood damage, like even though the car may be okay after a few days, it's more than likely gonna have a lot of issues down the road, no pun intended. So we would consider a flood car, but it had to be a really good deal.
Steve112590, you asked, are you still into paintball? I am still into paintball. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to play probably about a year now. Just haven't really had the chance to go. And paintball, it's really expensive. And back in the day when I was playing it, I was probably spending upwards to $1,500 a weekend to go play. And
$1,500.
yeah, that was back when I wasn't paying for it, but it was really expensive, and I would still love to go play. Like right now, I would love to go play some paintball, but unfortunately I can't right now. But I'm pretty sure whenever I get healed up and get perfectly okay, I'm gonna go play some paintball, because I miss paintball. But until I get healed, can't go.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm at the very bottom. Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty much all the questions. This is a different subject, but I noticed a couple people yesterday in yesterday's video thought Zach was like faking his pain and all, and I can see where you're coming from. Like, there's no proof that Zach's hurting. I get it, which is why today at the doctor's we took some video of his X-rays. So I just wanted to share that with you guys to show that he's kind of messed up.
Yeah, so this is the first X-ray when you're putting your head down, Zach, and you can just kind of see how these spaces are small and these other sides are big, and that just shows that you do have some ligament damage in the back of your neck right in here. And then this is the other X-ray we took. So this is your head, this is your neck, and this is when you're going back like this, and this is where I drew the circle. It's the same thing, but even more, a little bit increased. So these are really big and these are really small, and that just also means ligament damage. And then you even have this bone sliding back. This means the same thing. This is your low back, and this is what you were telling me before, how you have a little bit of a curve in your back. So it's not even necessarily a curve more than it is that these bones are rotated. And that's why you need to get your back adjusted and get these back in place and work on these tight muscles. And then your hips really out of place.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that too. That's kind of obvious.
I never go to the hospital unless I absolutely need to. I try to stay away from the hospital, because growing up as an athlete, anytime you go to the hospital, you're getting benched. And that's the way I still see it now. If I go to the hospital, I'm gonna get benched. I don't want to go, but if I have to go, then I will go. As soon as we crashed, I looked for you, man. I don't know what the heck happened to you. I was worried. That scared the shit out of me, to be honest. I just got, you're good, and we're both good. You know, we're both healing.
All right, guys, that's it.
Appreciate you guys. Much love.
Oh my god, that is so clean. That is beautiful. God, that's so nice. Dude, that is sexy.